Welcome back to the Echoes of Wisdom channel, where every lesson is designed to help you grow wiser, stronger, and more professional in the way you think, communicate, and lead. And before we begin this final episode of the series, don't forget to follow and subscribe so more people can benefit from these powerful insights, and so you never miss the next journey we explore together. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final main episode of our professional meetings series. If you've been with us from Chapter 1 until now, I truly want to thank you. I hope these lessons have helped you look at meetings differently, not as boring routines, but as opportunities to communicate better, lead better, and create real impact in your professional life. Today, we're covering Chapters 8, 9, and 10. And these chapters are incredibly practical because they focus on what truly happens inside meetings. How to control the room, how to manage difficult personalities, how to handle conflict professionally, and how to lead online and international meetings effectively in today's fast-moving world. And after this episode, we'll release one final bonus video, a complete reflection on the book, the biggest lessons it teaches, and why these skills matter now more than ever. So let's dive into it. Chapter 8: How to Behave and Control the Meeting. Let me start with a real situation that taught me an unforgettable lesson. I was once responsible for organizing a high-level meeting between executives and external business partners. The pressure was enormous. Everything needed to be perfect. The room setup, the presentation, the timing, even the smallest mistake could damage the company's image. So I decided to arrive 30 minutes early, and thankfully I did. Because when I entered the room, I discovered the projector wasn't working. The catering had not arrived. The air conditioning had stopped, and some of the meeting materials were missing. Now imagine if the attendees had arrived first. Chaos, stress, embarrassment. But because I arrived early, I solved everything quietly before anyone noticed. And when the executives entered the room, everything looked smooth and professional. That experience taught me something powerful. Preparation gives you control. Most people think confidence comes naturally, but real confidence often comes from preparation nobody else sees. When you organize or lead a meeting, your role begins long before anyone sits down. Here are some habits that instantly increase professionalism. Arrive early. Test all equipment. Check seating arrangements. Make sure water, pens, papers, and refreshments are ready. Review the agenda one final time. Because small details shape first impressions. Now let's talk about how to open the meeting properly. The first few minutes determine the energy of the entire discussion. When people walk in, stand up confidently. Smile naturally. Maintain eye contact. Welcome participants warmly. Introduce yourself clearly if needed. Energy is contagious. If you appear calm and prepared, people immediately trust the process more. Before officially starting, always clarify the purpose of the meeting, the expected outcomes, time allocated for each topic, who is presenting, who is taking notes, who is keeping time. And if there are new participants or external guests, introduce them properly so everyone feels comfortable. Now, if you're working with a new group, structure becomes even more important. Set expectations clearly. Raise hands before speaking. Avoid interruptions. Save questions for designated moments. Respect everyone's time. Because without structure, discussions slowly become emotional instead of productive. And eventually, decisions need to be made. The book explains 3 major decision-making styles. 1. Autocratic decision. The leader listens to opinions, but ultimately decides alone. Fast and efficient during emergencies. 2. Majority rule. Everyone votes and the majority decides. Simple and democratic. 3. Consensus. Everyone supports the decision, even if it's not their personal favorite option. This creates strong alignment, but usually takes more time. And the key lesson here is, great leaders know which method fits the situation. Not every decision needs endless discussion, and not every decision should be made alone. Chapter 9. Managing Participation, Conflict, and Closing the Meeting. Now let's move into one of the hardest parts of leadership, managing people inside the room. Because honestly, meetings are rarely difficult because of the agenda. They become difficult because of personalities, emotions, and communication styles. As the meeting organizer, you wear multiple roles at once: planner, presenter, facilitator, timekeeper, problem solver, and one of your biggest responsibilities is encouraging participation. A quiet room usually means one of two things. Either people are disengaged, or they don't feel psychologically safe to contribute. That's why skilled meeting leaders use techniques to involve everyone. One powerful method is brainstorming. Allow people to share ideas openly without immediate criticism. This creates creativity and participation. Another great method is round robin. This means giving each person a chance to speak one by one. It's especially useful when dealing with quieter or more introverted participants who may have valuable ideas but hesitate to interrupt. And then comes something many professionals underestimate: body language. Sometimes the room speaks before anyone says a word. For example, nodding usually signals agreement or engagement. Crossed arms may indicate disagreement or defensiveness. Constant movement may reveal nervousness. Whispering often means distraction or side conversations. A good meeting leader watches the room carefully, not to judge people, but to understand the emotional atmosphere. Now let's talk about difficult personalities. Every workplace has them, and learning how to handle them professionally is a leadership skill. The know-it-all. This person dominates conversations and acts like they already know everything. Instead of confronting them aggressively, thank them for their input, then redirect the discussion toward others. The silent participant. Some people agree with everything quietly but never contribute. Invite them gently into the discussion without embarrassing them. The negative person. This person constantly points out problems. Instead of arguing, ask, "What solution would you suggest?" This shifts the energy from complaint toward problem solving. The tangent talker. We all know someone who keeps drifting away from the main topic. Refocus them respectfully, with direct questions connected to the agenda. The whisperer people having side conversations damage focus quickly. Bring them back into the discussion politely by inviting them to share their thoughts openly with the group. Now, conflict. Conflict is unavoidable in meetings, especially when important decisions, pressure, money, or deadlines are involved. The key is learning not to personalize disagreements. Focus on the issue, not the individual. One technique I personally love is writing key points on a whiteboard during disagreements. Why? Because it shifts attention away from emotions and back toward solutions. And if tension rises too much, take a short break. Sometimes 5 minutes of distance can completely reset the emotional atmosphere of a room. Finally, never end meetings abruptly. Professional closing matters. Always summarize. Decisions made. Responsibilities assigned. Deadlines agreed upon. Next steps. Timing of the next meeting. And most importantly, thank people for their participation, because appreciation increases future engagement. Before we continue into the final chapter, don't forget to follow and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom if you've been enjoying this series. Share these lessons with someone who wants to improve professionally. become a stronger communicator, or learn how to lead with confidence and emotional intelligence. Chapter 10. Managing Multi-Location and Online Meetings. Now let's talk about the modern reality of work. Remote meetings are no longer optional. They are part of everyday business life. Whether you're working with teams across countries, suppliers overseas, or international clients, online meetings require a completely different mindset. The first challenge? Timing. Imagine scheduling a meeting between people in Kuwait, Europe, and the United States. Someone will always be tired if you don't plan carefully. Great leaders think about everyone's situation, not only their own convenience. Use time zone planning tools and choose hours that respect participants as much as possible. Because professionalism includes empathy. Then comes technology. And technology can either create smooth communication or total frustration. Understand the difference between video conferencing, screen and data sharing, full web conferencing systems. And always test your tools beforehand. Never assume everything will magically work. Preparation still matters online. In fact, sometimes it matters even more. Before virtual meetings, send the agenda in advance. Clarify the meeting language. Introduce participants and their roles. Share documents beforehand if needed. And during online discussions, speak clearly and slowly. Allow pauses for others to respond. Use round-robin participation if needed. Watch facial expressions carefully, because online meetings remove many normal body language signals. Your ability to read tone and reactions becomes even more important. And after the meeting, follow-up remains critical. Always send notes, action items, deadlines, responsibilities, future reminders. And ask for feedback regarding the online experience itself. Was the audio clear? Did the technology work smoothly? Were participants engaged? Continuous improvement applies to meetings too. So,
let's bring this final episode together. Chapter 8 taught us how to control the room. Prepare professionally, create structure, and lead meetings confidently. Chapter 9 taught us how to encourage participation, handle difficult personalities, manage conflict, and close meetings effectively. Chapter 10 taught us how to manage remote and international meetings in today's global workplace.
And with that, we've officially completed all 10 chapters of professional meetings. But we're not finished yet. In the next and final bonus video, I'll share a deeper personal reflection on this book. What lessons impacted me most, how these ideas changed my own professional behavior, and why mastering meetings is actually about mastering communication, leadership, and relationships. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. And if this series helped you in any way, don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom so more people can benefit from these lessons. Until the next and final video, keep growing, keep learning, and keep building wisdom into every conversation, every meeting, and every opportunity life gives you.